wrapped up a minute ago. Iain Valliere did pull off the win. He is your 2023 Toronto Pro Champion. Narrowly edging out, in my opinion, Hassan Mustafa. The results were as follows. It was Iain Valliere the winner, Hassan Mustafa second, Ross Flanagan third, Robin Strand fourth, exactly the way I saw it going down after judging. Fifth place, Joe Seaman, Coach Little Joe. Very well deserved fifth place. Yeah, he was fighting it out with a couple people, but congratulations. It was very, very close. I really do believe it could have gone either way. I think Ian's condition probably was the determining factor. Hassan has more pleasing shape to his muscles. Definitely a bigger guy, even though I bet on the scale Iain has him by, I bet he has 15, 20 pounds on him. Ian's a big guy, man. He's a dense, thick guy. But that was your open. Your 212 was Poland's Piotr Borecki. Pulled off an upset against Korea's Sung-Yop Jang. Third place was Chris Boer. Fourth place, Huang Shin. Fifth place, Ming Chun Han. A lot of Koreans doing well in pro bodybuilding lately. God bless them. Classic Physique, for those that wonder who won that, was Samuel Paquin, who I never heard of before today. Tremendous leg development on Samuel. Second, Carl Gautier. Third, Gregory Dawson. Fourth, Edgar John Augustine from United Arab Emirates. He's in Dubai. He's the guy that has prosthetics from the knees down. They call them bionic legs. Well, I'm not sure. I'm going to get an interview with this guy sooner or later. Trust me, guys. I want to know the whole story about how he lost his legs below the knees, how he trains, all that. God bless him. And congratulations to him. First time I've seen him compete where he's placed. There were only 6 guys in the show, but still, he took 4th out of 6th. So again, man, congratulations Iain Valliere with his new coach, Matt Jansen, pulled off a win. Let's see what you guys have to say. That's why we go live, so we can get your opinion. Some of you guys are very happy that Iain won. Some of you guys are very upset that Iain won because you wanted Hassan to win. And vice versa. Either way, either guy, had they won, there would have been a lot of people upset because that's the nature of the sport, man. It's an opinion-based sport. They both look phenomenal. S. McGee says, lame. I've been a Hassan fan for a long time. I think he was like this close. I don't think it was. I'd really like to see the scores. I doubt that Iain got a perfect score. Not that it matters. All that matters is whether you win or lose, right? But I bet you when the score sheets come out, which should be tomorrow on IFBBpro.com, I bet it was pretty close. I bet it was a matter of just a few points. M12, how the F did Iain win? I'm just guessing condition. Fasting Frugivore, Iain did not deserve this win. Thank you, Ron, for the quick regular updates. I finally figured out something about Iain's chest. And this is not a knock. Everyone's got genetic strengths and weaknesses. His chest looks the way it does. He has difficulty building his chest because, so every muscle has an origin and insertion, right? So let's say, use a biceps example. Your bicep originates here under your armpit, and it inserts somewhere between the armpit and your elbow joint. If you have very long biceps, it inserts way down at the elbow. If you have shorter biceps, up here. So the chest, it originates pretty much the same area, right under the armpit, right? And it inserts somewhere toward that sternum, can you hear it? That bone right there. So I noticed when Iain hits his shots, his most musculars, it gets really narrow, and you can see that there's a gap there. So it's not like Iain doesn't train his chest hard or he's not, working hard enough on chest day. I'm sure he is. And again, it's just a minor thing. Look, he won the show anyway, so it really doesn't matter. Let's see. Michael Williams, how did you know the winner over an hour ago? Oh, so I had 2 streams ready to go. I had, just because I want to be quick, I had one with Hassan winning and one with Iain winning. And the one that said Iain winning was up as a preview. No, I didn't know who was going to win. I really didn't. I really would not have been one bit surprised if Hassan had won. It was close, yeah. I really think it was close. Iain's back. Michael Brooks, is that Iain's back in a good way or a bad way? I mean, I don't know. It doesn't seem like it says that area in the bottom is as bad as it was, where it looked like there's some atrophy, like the lower lats had retracted upward a little. It didn't seem like it was as bad at the Olympia. I did see a couple big, weird, lumpy looking structures back there. I don't know, man. It's a lot of muscle. Who knows what's going on? Hassan got rip off. No. Jahim Prevost, well, this is surprising. Romain M, I think many people just see the pictures and videos. In person, everything might look different. Yeah, that's why I'm not really saying a whole lot about why Iain won, because I wasn't there. I'm going off pictures, videos, and the stream. You know, I appreciate them doing the stream, but man, I wish everybody would hire Gilco Productions. Gilco Productions, if you're watching their stream, it's as good as being in the front row. This stream was not. In fact, I saw another, if you're watching the stream, I could see another video camera monitor up a couple rows. I'm like, who's taping that? Why isn't that camera? It was off center, but like, why isn't that camera the one doing the stream? It was obviously closer. Let's see. Maj Quadyot. Gosh, I'm terrible with your names, guys, because I'm just an ugly American. They give the win to Iain based on his fame and relevancy. I don't know. I mean, it's not like he's part of the Bumstead family, but it's not like he's Chris Bumstead. So it's not like, you know, he is bodybuilding royalty, but I don't think that really factored in. Joey Keenan, wow, so sad. Jim McLeod, none of you were there, but you all know who should have won from a horrible stream and terrible photos. Quit crying. I agree. I mean, that's why I would never say Iain shouldn't have won or Hassan should have won. I wasn't there. If I was there, I would give you an honest opinion. And if I felt Hassan deserved the win, I would tell you right now, but I don't know, because based on the stream, I couldn't really tell. It looked to me like Iain was in better condition slightly, but it was hard to say. It was very hard to say. Let's see. Eastern E, happy for Iain. Thought Hassan might have had him. Yeah, you know, there's more shows. There's plenty more shows. Hassan's got time to do another show and another show, another show. He'll pick up a win somewhere, guys. The next show is in France in 2 weeks, which I think Michael Krizo is probably the front runner for that. Let's see. M12. If Iain, with that chest and back, won this show, there's definitely something wrong with the judging in bodybuilding shows. His back didn't look that bad, especially his rear double biceps, a really good shot. Very thick, dense back with a lot of detail. Joey Keenan, Hassan should have won. Iain's body just isn't pleasing to look at. I mean, you could make arguments about Hassan too, because he does, when he's not really holding and keeping his midsection in, it does bulge out, and he does have a wider waist, a thicker torso from the front, which is just your bone structure. There's nothing you can do about it. Iain has more of a natural V taper because he does have narrower hips, and he's wider across the clavicles too. Hassan doesn't have the widest clavicles. He's put so much muscle onto those shoulders and the traps and everything, and his arms, it's so massive that you kind of, it's like Phil Heath. Phil Heath didn't have the widest clavicles, but he packed on so much mass. Didn't have narrow. None of these guys have narrow clavicles or they wouldn't be pros, but you know, some of these guys are blessed with insanely wide clavicles, like an Andrew Jacked. Those are some wide clavicle bones. The bones on Andrew Jack's shoulders are like 3 feet apart. It's ridiculous. Let's see. Son should have won, blah, blah, blah. SMG, Iain's strength is conditioning. It's hard to tell in the video. Yeah, I agree. That's why I wish the stream had been more clear. I don't like going off a stream that isn't crystal clear, because I don't want to say this guy's condition was off, and it wasn't off. It's just, that's what I was looking at on my screen. It's hard to go. Let's see. Dexter Lines. That was Hassan's. Iain's back chests were awful. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are happy for Iain. A lot of people wanted Hassan to win. Had either guy won, there'd be a lot of people very upset in this. Right now, there'd be a ton of guys on the chat saying Iain was robbed if he hadn't won. Trust me. Rich B, thanks, friend. Hassan's so much more complete. Iain was flat, especially in the chest, and his back is atrophied. Appreciate you, Ron. Yeah, his chest is not a strong point. Percy Joaquin, never in your life Iain could have won that, but he did. I don't know why always Iain have to win. No chest, no calves, no triceps, only shredded come now. You discuss people who follow bodybuilding. Well, I mean, he got penalized at the Olympia. He took 11th place, right? Is he 11th or 12th? Yeah, he was 11th, just ahead of Krizo. He wasn't even top 10 at the last Olympia. So he got penalized there, mostly because his fullness, he wasn't that full. Things weren't popping. Is Hassan working with Chris Aceto? Hassan is now working with Chad Nichols. So Hassan's original coach, when I met him a few years back, was Chris Aceto. They did well for a while. Then he tried AJ Sims' Cement Factory, and he won a couple shows last year with AJ. He won the Puerto Rico Pro, and what was the other? He won another show. And then for reasons unknown, he switched to Chad Nichols, and Chad's his coach right now. See, Toronto pros ran horribly, says John May. Renault, this is someone working. Oh, I just answered that. Antonio Montana. Nobody ever likes Ian being given the win. How sour that has to be for Ian, the narcissist. Well, I mean, technically, we're all bodybuilders are narcissists to one degree or another. No, that's not true. I've been to shows where he's won, and the crowd was loving it. Was it New York Pro? When he won New York Pro, the crowd was going bonkers. They loved him. Yeah, I understand. I understand a lot of you guys want Hassan to win. I get it. He was very good today, and he could have won. Michael Williams, opinion on Robin's strength compared to New York from what you can see. From what I saw, Robin was both fuller and tighter. He improved, which is, let's see. So where did he end up? He ended up in 4th. I thought he was going to be 3rd after the judging earlier today. I really did. But you know what? Ross looked really good too. They saw something different in Ross at the finals, at the confirmation round that they hadn't seen before. Making my notes here. So yeah, so it was Ian, Hassan, Ross, Robin, and Joe. So wow, so three out of the top 5 were local guys, Canadian guys. Nobody likes Ian. That's not true. One of the judges is a podcast with Ian. Oh, was it that Paul Lozon? Well, that's only one judge. There's like 7 or 8 or 9 judges. Yeah. Oh, so Super Slower. How come this video was already prepared, Ron? Yeah, to answer that, I had it ready to go just so I could, because it takes a couple minutes to type everything up, and I had the stream ready to go. And if Hassan won, I was just going to go to the top thing and change it to Hassan. I didn't know ahead of time who was going to win. So I had to have one stream ready to go so I could get this up as soon as the results were out, which I did. And all I would have had to change if Hassan had won was I would have just had to delete his name and put in Hassan's. But I had to have the stream ready because it takes a minute, it takes like 2 minutes to set it up on the phone. So Ian looked better. Daniel, no, but Ian looked better in HD pictures, but I think he deserved it. Everyone looked better in the pictures than that stream. I mean, I'm going to check out the pictures, the high res pictures should be up tomorrow. I'm assuming NPC News Online will have those. Let's see. Let's see, bias much? No, man, I like Hassan a lot. I'm a huge fan of Hassan. I have no skin in this game. I have nothing either for or against either guy. I like Ian. I like Hassan. I would have been very happy for Hassan. And earlier today, I was not pushing either one for the win. I thought they both looked good, and I was really curious to see how it was going to turn out. Let's see. Okay. Criso doing Spain, yeah, the Impro. Jerry and I using NSP had a great feed from up close for the top 4. Very clear video. So he must have had somebody there at the show capturing video for him. Nick is no joke. Nick Miller from Nick Strength and Power. His game is on point. He knows what he's doing, and he has people helping him and giving him footage, which, maybe I should do more of that. Fred K. Both Ian and Hassan are outside the top 60 if they show up as they did today. Well, I mean, the top 6, last year's top 6 was Hadi Chupan, Derek Lunsford, Nick Walker, Brandon Curry, Big Ramy, and Samson Dowda. So it's a tough top 6, man. I expect most of those guys will be in the top 6 again. I think Andrew Jack might move up for sure. I think Criso could move up. I think Samson might move up. It's going to be a very interesting Olympia. We're many months away. Ryan Lawrence, I wonder if Ian is taking Paul out for supper tonight. Well, I imagine Fuad's taking everybody out. Why wouldn't he? He's right there. So, but again, that was one judge on the panel. I don't think the decision came down to Paul Lozon saying, "All right, everybody, Ian's my buddy. You got to vote for Ian." I really don't think it went down that way, guys. Super Slower, Ryan Lawrence, he's actually, yeah, Ian and Fuad are going out for dinner. Yeah, I would assume Fuad, he's got the company, big company. I would assume he's taking all his athletes and podcast buddies out to dinner. Why wouldn't he? I'd have a nice steak and some wine off Fuad if he was paying. Why not? Let's see. Sherman 497. They got that wrong big time. His chest wasn't there. Hassan had him beat. Terrible decision. I'm not arguing with you, but they both have flaws. Hassan does not have super wide clavicles. He doesn't have much of a V taper. His torso is very much straight up and down. Ian has more of a V taper. Thank you, our Anthony. Thank you very much. Why Joe Seaman placing? Joe's a huge guy. So as I'm really looking at Joe Seaman today, I saw him at the New York Pro a couple weeks ago. I think Joe's major, I'll say strong points first. Huge guy, great conditioning. He's not really missing any body parts. What he does have from the front, he has a very wide waist. Here we go again with the wide waist, but it matters, guys. You got that V taper. If you have a natural V taper, wide clavicles and narrow hips, you know, that's a big part of success in any of these divisions, really, whether men's, women's, and you name it. They're all looking for a V taper. And Joe, in his front shots, he can kind of hide it in the lat spread, but the front double bicep, he can't hide it. He can't hide it. But man, I mean, he looked great. He's nothing to be ashamed of. It was some good guys. He went up against some great athletes today. Let's see what else we got. Terrible decision, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so Joe Seaman, I was actually very pleased. Joe improved a lot since a couple of years ago when I saw him, and I think he's going to just keep getting better and better. Jay Boot, people hate on Milos' opinions, though, but everyone else knows. S. McGee, Hassan was more complete, and Ian's back was great. Hassan's shoulders look way different than Ian's as well, which gives Ian a better X-frame look. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's mostly a structural thing. Ian has very wide clavicles, and he has narrow hips, so there you go, natural V-taper. Hassan does not have a natural V-taper. He's built so much muscle on his shoulders, traps, arms, and he's got those flaring, really nice flaring quad sweeps. He has decent shape, but he would have much better shape if he had been born with hips that were like this, you know, narrow-waisted hips instead of the wider ones, which give him more of a straight up and down blocky look to the torso. PJ Promsorn, 1, Ian won fair and square. Thank you. 2, there are more judges than Paul. Yeah, I mean, there's like 7 or 8 or 9. 3, Hassan back to his losing shows form, just like back in 2021, in my opinion. Live stream wasn't worth it. 60 pounds. It was $36 US for each that I paid. So what's this? Is the pound stronger than the dollar right now? Or is that symbol for Canadian money? I guess is that a symbol for Canadian dollars, 60? I don't know. Yeah, why would you be saying pounds unless you're over in UK, right? Fasting Frugivore, have to hand it to Ross. Came out of nowhere to win the last show and now top 3. Yeah, I mean, up until a few weeks ago, Ross Flanagan was just this guy who sold sauces, delicious sauces, the sauce boss. He'd done one pro show where he placed 8th, didn't look that great, and now he's qualified for the Olympia, and he's a name that everybody knows. So, props to Ross Flanagan, the sauce boss. Jesse Moser, finally someone speaking some sense. Oh, that was on. I'd have to go back. Dingan Marzane, Andrew will be happy to see Ian losing the show. Wow. Oh, you're talking about Andrew jacked? Or a different Andrew? Well, the stream was more expensive than Olympia. Yeah, I mean, there's no system in place to make all the streams the same price and same quality. It's every promoter has to figure it out on their own. They have to find their own provider and you know, company to set it up and do it for them. So M12, Ian back definitely atrophied. The only reason he looked better than the Olympia is because he was leaning too much at the show. It was a little weird. Yeah, well, I noticed he was leaning back more in the shot, so you couldn't, his back poses, instead of staying straight up, he was leaning back a little bit, so you couldn't really see the bottom of his lats, which, freaking brilliant strategy, dude. That's what you're supposed to do. Your posing is supposed to highlight your strong points and take tension away from your weaknesses. So Ian did exactly what he should have done with those back poses. Jesse Moser, Ian and Hassan are both great, but shape is important. Hassan's waist is just a little too blocky. Yeah, I think that's why he won't. How does a guy with no calves win? Says Ryan K Production. Guys with no calves win shows all the effing time, all the time. Men's physique especially. So many men's physique guys have sticks for calves. Calves really don't matter, guys. They really don't. I mean, we've had even a couple guys at the Olympia. A lot of guys in the top 5, top 6 Olympia over the years have had weak calves. It doesn't matter. Nobody cares. I mean, guys with big calves care. Because they're like, why is this guy with no calves still allowed to win? Omid Fazeli, Hunter or Andrew? Who's going on top in Texas? My choice, Andrew. If Andrew is really improved from last year, he's going to be tough to beat. Truth. Wow, that's crying. SMG, I called that Krizo will be fighting Ian for top 10, and Ian placed 11th, and Krizo placed 12th. Yeah, I think I've been seeing the pictures of Krizo, Michael Krizo. He's lean, way leaner now than he was for any of the shows last year. Way, way better. Skin looks perfectly thin. Crazy separation detail. That show is in 2 weeks from today in France. Or is it Spain? Where is that show? Spain. Yeah, they're all in Spain. What am I saying? France. Let's see. Subconscious bias. No, I have no bias, man. I like Hassan a lot. I like Hassan, you know. Ian's a cool dude, but I relate more to Hassan because he's married. I know Ian's married too, but he's got a kid. You know, I'm a dad, so when I see him at the shows, he's got his wife and his daughter with him. It's so cute. And I'm always rooting for Hassan. I'm a huge Hassan fan. So let's see. What effing joke? How's this guy so overrated? R. Anthony, thank you for that, and I hope I answered. Joe Seaman's placing just has a wide waist from the front. His front relaxed and his front double bicep, you really notice it. Not obviously you don't see it in the side shots, the back shots, it's not an issue. But that front double bicep is a key pose. It's the first pose they call in judging. So people pick up on it. Jesse Moser, I feel Jason Lowe should have done better. Yeah, I mean, who's he going to beat in that top 5, though? I didn't have him beating any of those guys, but I bet he was 6th place. I bet he was just outside the top 5. He was damn good, Jason Lowe. IFBB Broku. M12, do you think this package of sound was better than the last year package? I think he was definitely better condition last year. Yeah, last year, I think he came in lighter, and I think that's a better strategy for him. Looks to me like he tried to come in, or Chad brought him in big and full. You know, of course, they want to have the size, the fullness, and the condition, but sometimes you have to give up a little bit of that size, and he's got so much size to spare. I like the way he looked last year when he was a little more streamlined, for sure. LED, you should see Ian in person. Much more impressive. Video doesn't do him justice. I don't think this video did anybody justice today. And I have seen Ian up close, front row at several shows, and he's in shape. He's very, very good, guys. He's very good. Jason Lowe got screwed. Well, I don't know where Jason placed. He didn't make top 5, but did you have him beating Ian? No. Hassan? No. Ross? Robin? Joe? I guess maybe you could start arguing about him beating either Robin or Joe. I don't know, but Jason looked really good. He's going to keep going. He'll do him better. 212 contest finish was a gentleman from Poland named Piotr Borecki. He won that. Looked great. Second, Sungyup Jang from Korea. Chris Burr in third. 2 more Koreans rounded out top 5. Huang Xin and Ming Chun Han. Neo-san, thanks for on. Oh, jeez. Did I go back? How far back did I go? oh, there was a lot more comments. Hoping Joe Seaman was going to stop spelling Joe's last name that way. It's Seeman. It's not spelled like the bodily fluid semen. Come on, guys. Poor guy. Probably got bullied. I don't know if he's bullied, but I'm sure they made an issue out of that when he was in school. What the fuck? Ian won Hassan. No way. Hani Salib, no back, no chest, no calves, still wins. No arms, no chest. Actually, you know what? In the front double bicep, Ian's arms didn't look much smaller than Hassan's, and Hassan has massive arms. In the side poses, where you could see the real fullness of Hassan's tricep, his arms look much bigger. But ironically, in like the rear double bicep, front double bicep, Hassan's arms and Ian's arms didn't look that much smaller. So, yeah. Titty Bagel, Ian is the most overrated bodybuilder out there. He's been gifted so many undeserving wins. Hassan clearly better. Darren Reddy, King Ronnie, the GOAT, had no calves, so it's questioning. That's what I'm saying. I wasn't going to bring up Ronnie, but Ronnie Coleman's calves were not very good. It didn't matter. The rest of them was so damn great. Dexter's calves were never great. Dexter Jackson, he won more shows than anybody. Calves, I mean, if 2 guys are completely equal, everything looks exactly the same, and one has calves and one doesn't, yeah, you pick the guy with the better calves, but it never comes down to just the calves. Yeah, I'm sure, JK's, I'm sure personal placings would have made more sense, probably. Nigel Christian Lomax, I'm sure no one in the top 10 is worried about Ian. Ian clearly had issues with his chest. His fix for his back is to lean further. How do you win with your chest, triceps, and your back vanishing? It's going to be tough at the Olympia. The Olympia is a very tough show, obviously. Very tough. SVG Ron, don't you think this Olympia will be tougher to judge than last year? I feel like the old girl will have a hard time against people like Derek Andrew. Well, I think they're all tough. Who won? It's in the title. It's in the title. Iain Valliere won. I think every Olympia is super tough to judge. I've been to almost all of them since 1991. I've only missed like 3 or 4 over 32 years. They're all tough to judge. These are the best guys in the world. But yeah, the newer guys are going to be coming up the pack, and some of the older guys are going to be fading away. That's how it is in every sport. Dean God might saying, if Iain wins this show and qualifies for Olympia, which he did, do you think he'll still place on top 10 spot? Just be honest, I'm aware you're a fan of Iain. I'm a fan of all these guys, but I have no like special bias towards Iain. I don't. He's a cool guy. I like Iain, but it's not like I'm rooting just for Iain and I don't like anybody else. No, man. I respect the hell out of all these guys. Top 10 is going to be very tough. Yeah, he's going to have to be better than this. He's going to have to fix these issues if possible. Let's see. Were you placing in this lineup in your prime run? In this lineup, dead last. The Cal Pro, I will say, and I'm not saying who I would have beat, but when I was watching the Cal Pro last weekend, the Open, I would have beat a couple in my prime, not now. In my prime, I would have beat a couple of those guys in the Open at the Cal Pro. Just because I used to come in shredded. Believe me, I was never a great bodybuilder. Obviously, we know that, or else I'd be up there instead of talking about these guys. Anyway, let's see. He placed 11th last year. Yeah, Darren Randy. The only true perspective is being there live and close to the front. Still not as good as judges' view. Yeah. Last place. Last place. It's still, you could say I was in a pro show. Yeah, I wouldn't have beaten any of these guys here today. These guys are good. Seth Bowman. In my humble opinion, this was not close run. Hassan's match bodybuilder, especially these days. 212 who won was Piotr Borecki from Poland. Politics, baby. Hassan robbed. PJ Promster, and thank you very much for coverage. Always love you now. Can't wait for HD photos. Yeah, I'm waiting to see the HD photos myself. I'm very, very curious to see those. Spilly McGee, Hassan should have won. What is wrong with the judges? He has a weak chest. It's just one body part, guys. I hear you, but I mean, it's not the best argument. William Ryan, all these people who disagree with the results of these shows, why don't they get in the judging the shows instead of rooting for your favorite? PJ again, also, $30 each for pre and finals. I thought it will have commentary, but always supported bodybuilding. Just hope they do better with live stream. Big Mike, everyone crying about the win. Iain did that. Yeah, he won. Tarek Dave, I think if Iain had lost, it would have destroyed him mentally. Man, it's hard to see bodybuilders in their last stage of their career. He's not. Iain is a great bodybuilder. It's extremely hard sport. No, Iain's only like 32, 33. Iain's still got a few good years for sure. Wayne McKay, I like Iain physique except for his chest. Why do you think it looks underdeveloped compared to the rest of his upper body? I talked about that earlier. I believe I was checking it out in his pecs. They don't go all the way to the sternum. They insert a couple inches away. So he doesn't have as many muscle cells to work with to make grow. Simple as that. Iain won, yes. Mustafa all day. Nope, he didn't win. James Red, Iain was more conditioned than Hassan. Yep. Ricardo Lima Lopez. It's a pure joke, man. How can Iain win with that chest and tricep? He's got a better structure. He was in better condition. Yeah. I would have been happy for Iain, for Hassan, guys. Trust me. Hassan, bigger arms and chest. Yeah, especially in the side chest, Hassan's arms and his chest just really full and round and popping. Hassan wins every pose. I wouldn't give him the front lat spread. I don't think I'd give him the rear double bicep. Anton Poet's usual explanation, you have to be there to see the real quality. Your backs win shows, etc. Cape Verde, which is, I have a lot of Cape Verdeans living around here. Lots of Iain haters. Shake my head, yeah. SMG, people need to understand it's based off the collaboration of poses, not just a general look. Jung Jun Lee, hey guys, anyone knows who won 212? I said it several times. Piotr Borecki from Poland. It was not the gentleman from Korea who looked really good, but not lean enough. And his rear lat spread is pretty weak. That's Sung Yup Jang. Tons of potential, but no cigar today. Hassan's so round and hard. Iain has no symmetry, says Julio Barreta. Josue Santiago, Hassan was pregnant. Yeah, he does have to really work harder on controlling his midsection. Iain is the better bodybuilder with best waist. Alonzo Terry, appreciate bodybuilding recap channels like yours around. This live stream was too expensive, so I just bought prejudging. Adam Tension, Iain looked just like his countryman Kenny Oil Spill O'Neill. What? Do I take glutathione? No, I don't. No, I don't take metformin. Is that metformin? I don't take metformin. I'm not even on growth hormone right now. I ran out a couple months ago. I tried ipamorelin, wasn't quite the same. I got to get some more GH soon. Anyway, I'm way behind on meals, guys. I've been stuck to this computer. This version of Iain replaced last year's Olympia. I don't know, guys. I'm actually going to go. I appreciate you guys all watching and for wearing CrossFit shirt. CrossFit made some great shirts, man. The sneakers, the Nanos, I have a ton of those. Their Nanos are great cross trainers. The Reebok CrossFit Nano shoes, those are awesome for training. What we do, weight training, bodybuilding, not CrossFit. They're great. That's what they're for. Anyway, all right, guys, I'm gonna let you guys go. I appreciate you watching. So again, Iain Valliere, congratulations. Punched his ticket to Olympia. Controversial decision. A lot of guys liked Hassan Mustafa's look a little better today. Third place, Ross Flanagan. Fourth place, Robin Strand. Fifth place, Joe Seaman. And another show in the books. We'll be back 2 weeks from today for the M-Pro Pro Show coming from Spain. Michael Crezo right now looking to be the front runner for that, but we'll see how the lineup shapes up. Appreciate you guys joining me and interacting on the live chat. Thanks so much. Hope you had a great weekend. Take care of yourself.